Good morning, wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. Today's episode is the 29th edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. It's going to be one great show that you will really enjoy. And this week, I'm going to start off with this week's Ring of Honor's live TV taping, and it results, and this was a very great episode. I watch Ring of Honor every week, and it always impresses me. In the first match of the evening, it was Ring of Honor's last real man, Silas Young. He took on my good old friend. He is one of the best wrestlers on the planet in Ring of Honor. He is TD Tadarius Thomas. Great opening contest from both Silas and Tadarius. Tadarius defeated the last Roman, Silas Young, in your opening contest. In your second contest of the evening, it was one of the greatest matches you will see to come of Ring of Honor. It was the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion Adam Cole. He took on Tadarius Thomas's partner, ACH. Amazing match from start to finish. And I gotta tell you, I see a lot of future in ACH, and more still to come for Adam Cole. I respect both competitors, really do. I can't wait to see more action of ACH to come when 2014 gets here. I really do. I hope he becomes the next Ring of Honor World Champion, to be exact. And your television taping main event was for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. It was the CNC Wrestling Factory's Caprice Coleman, Cedric Alexander. They took on the likes of the Ring of Honor Tag Champs. I believe it was Red Dragon, the likes of Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly. Ooh, let me tell you about this match. It was really high-paced. I really enjoyed this because I watched it last night, and I just really love the CNC Wrestling Factory. They impress me every week when I watch Ring of Honor. I really want them to become Ring of Honor Tag Team Champs. They still got a lot to go for them in their run. And Red Dragon, well, they always impress me every week when I do watch them, but Red Dragon was amazing. They were amazing in the match, and they retain their Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. Well, that's going to do it for the results of this week's Ring of Honor live TV taping. Now, this was a live TV taping which took place the night before Final Battle. So what they did was they taped it and they put it on Saturday morning so those can watch before before the final Ring of Honor pay-per-view of 2013, which is Final Battle. Final Battle will be a great pay-per-view. I can't wait to check it out. I watch Final Battle every year with .net, but I don't know why I didn't buy it because it was on ringofhonorwrestling.com. But excuse me about that, but I will check it out when it comes up on watchwrestling.net. That's where I watch my pay-per-views at, mainly. Ring of Honor. Well, let's move on to the next. Excuse me. The next proportion of the show. Okay, I'm gonna talk about my thoughts about this past Sunday's final pay-per-view of WWE of 2013, which is WWTLC. My thoughts is that we kick it off at the kickoff with the show off Dolph Ziggler. Dolph took on the likes of Fandango. Mr. Fandango, with the likes of Mrs. Fandango at ringside, which was Summer Rae. I believe, Fandango won the kickoff pre-match, which was really good. Now, what got really heated during the kickoff was when Kofi Kingston came up to the kickoff, to the panel, and then The Miz got into it with Kofi Kingston, and that will set the stage for later in the show when Kofi Kingston meets The Miz to open up the pay-per-view, which was the WWE COO Triple H and one of the owners of the WWE, Stephanie McMahon, which is the Authority. They open up the pay-per-view. They both talk about history will be made in this pay-per-view. Triple H talks about some of the past world champions like Nature Boy Buddy Rogers, Lou Thesz. He talks about them for a couple of minutes. And then your second match of the evening to start the pay-per-view. Well, I would say it was one of the greatest matches that I really enjoyed. It was the first 3-on-1 handicap match. It was best in the world. CM Punk taking on Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns of the Shield. And I gotta tell you, wow, Roman Reigns barely speared, he speared himself right into the announce table, and probably, I think he cut his eye and got a black eye. And I gotta tell you, that was an amazing spear. You should have saw my tweet if you did on Twitter about that, because I was like, oh my god! Excuse me. But I did a little Joey Styles there. As you know, I'm also a big Joey Styles fan. Because, I liked ECW at the time. The next match was for the WWE Divas Championship. It was the likes of AJ Lee. Tamina Snuka was in AJ's corner taking on the Queen of Hearts, Natalya. I really wanted the Queen of Hearts to win this match because she was so ready. She was so pumped up to win the Divas Championship. But Tamina got involved in the match to make AJ put on her submission hold of the Black Widow. So AJ retains her Divas Championship. I believe in the next match was the there was some singles matches at TLC. I'm just trying to find out which one it was. It was Kofi Kingston versus The Miz. Because they because of what they did during the kickoff, they went at it at the panel during the ending of the kickoff with Mick Foley, with Hall of Famers Mick Foley and Booker T and Josh Matthews. So it was Kofi Kingston. No, excuse me, I'm sorry. Scratch that, edit that out. It was for the Intercontinental Championship. It was Big E Langston taking on Damian Sandow. I apologize. Big E put a mockery all over the Big E put on a great show over Damian Sandow, and what a great big ending it was for Big E Langston to put on the Integral Wrestler Savior of the Masses. Big E wins, and he is still your Intercontinental Champion. Congrats, Big E. 3 ain't enough, and I need 5. And your next match, I believe, was the Fatal 4-Way for the Tag Team Championships. It was the Real Americans, Jack Swagger, Antonio Cesaro was their founding father, Zeb Coulter at ringside. It was Big Show, Rey Mysterio, Mystery Show, Mystery Show, which is Rey Mysterio and the Big Show. That was 2 teams. The tag champs, Goldust and Cody Rhodes. That's 3 teams because there was one more team added. Oh man, wish I had my phone here with me, guys, so I could tell you guys. But believe it was the likes of I believe it was R-Truth and Xavier Woods. I'm not sure, but I think it was them. Because it was a fatal 4-way for the tag titles. But your winners were, the match was Cody Rhodes and Goldust. In your next match, it was Brodus Clay taking on R-Truth. For sure. I don't know about that other team. I did watch the pay-per-view, but I did not know who was the third team. I mean, the last team, because there were 4. I might have to go back and watch that match over, but anyway, Goldust and Cody Rhodes was victorious and still your tag team champions. Then it was Kofi Kingston taking on The Miz after that. Great matchup. Really did. I love Kofi Kingston and I love The Miz. They put on a great show, and The Miz came up as your winner. Now it goes to your main event of the evening. It was the tables, ladders and chairs match for the newly crowned, for the unified WWE World Heavyweight Championship between John Cena, Randy Orton. Great match between these guys. Full respect for Randy and John. Randy Orton sort of handcuffs John to the bottom rope. Epic closing moments. So, Randy Orton is your brand new champion of champions, which is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Congratulations, Randy, on your match. Now, I'm not good at rating, so I'm not gonna rate it. So, now I got a special announcement to make for next week's telecast. Guys, next week I'm gonna have to move. Don't worry, I'm still gonna do the show. No worries. I just gotta move the date. Since it's the holidays and everything. Next week's 30th episode of the Pro Wrestling Show will be moved a day early. So it's going to be on Tuesday next week instead of today. Oh man, it's going to be a great show. I will let you know on what I'll be talking about. I got some great stuff to talk about. So be sure you catch next week's edition of the Pro Wrestling Show promo for that. So, that's going to do it for this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show, the 29th episode. Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to follow me on social media, you can. You can add me on Facebook at Mattman Nelson. You can. Add me on Twitter. Mattman is WWE. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go back and watch all my episodes from episode 1 to episode 29. And I will see you right back here next week at a different day. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, everyone. And I will see you next week. Enjoy tonight's WWE main event. And this week's the final pay-per-view edition of 2013 of TNA, Final Resolution. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas from the Pro Wrestling Show.